Pleased to have your company, and now the news in detail. Top of our stories, officials in the Eastern Province have vowed to work together in order to ensure that the many opportunities that part of the country has to offer are properly utilized for the improvement of the social welfare of citizens. This comes as a two-day retreat for officials was concluded in Bugesera District. RTV's Saj Intore kicks us off.
During the retreat, it was pointed out that the province has many water bodies, industries, land and more, all of which can go a long way in improving social welfare when properly utilized. We spoke on the sort of leadership styles that lead to social transformation. It was also a time for self-evaluation to analyze what is working and where changes are needed. There can be no social welfare without proper homes. All of that is already part of the district performance contracts we sign. And now what we must do is check who has been left behind by such initiatives and what can be quickly done to rectify the situation. As leaders in Bugesera District, we take a unified approach to these issues, but each of us also focuses on their individual responsibilities, be it energy distribution, the provision of clean water, or poverty alleviation, and then we decide on what to do next. So now we must implement what we decided on and not let it remain in the meeting room, and instead ensure that it is reflected in the development of local communities. The retreat brought together provincial leaders, district executive committees, district executive secretaries, and other district employees directly charged with planning and implementation at that level. The Eastern Province has many opportunities, be it in agriculture and animal husbandry, tourism, trade, and its many cooperatives. The people should be developing at a very fast pace. They asked the President of the Republic for a milk processing plant, and now he has given it to them and expects that it begins operations in October. Will its milk demands be met? Local officials must ensure that farmers are ready to supply that milk, and that processing plant will prove a solution. In agriculture, their efforts must be directed towards providing farmers with quality planting seeds and access to markets for their produce. As for the cooperatives, any cases of mismanagement must be dealt with and people held accountable when funds are misused. Local leaders must follow up to determine where that money went. The local leaders also pledged to work towards ensuring that the government's 7-year plan is achieved at a rate of 100% by 2024.
Thank you, Saj. Now, the first group of 58 students is set to graduate from the Rwanda Coding Academy, located in Nyabihu District of Western Province. The young men and women say they are ready to go out and help the country to attain its technological objectives, and some of them are actually already doing that. Take a look.
Over the last 3 years, the students have been learning about software engineering, embedded systems, cybersecurity, and more. Although still technically only a student at the academy, 19-year-old Ejide Ntwari already owns his own online business. The method of using papers when it comes to case files in Rwanda's judicial system and indeed the rest of the African continent is tiresome and presents many other challenges, such as storage, not least of all security. Our method addresses all of that. For law firms, giving an IT-based platform our clients can easily use to ensure that their clients get the sort of service they deserve. Other students we spoke to, like Sharon Kobusinje, came together to develop a system that is already being used by the RwandaTV board, digitalizing vital payment systems that had been previously both difficult to implement and manage, tasks their system now effortlessly executes, and they help to maintain. The students were taught all 9 coding languages that are internationally recognized and are confident in their abilities to deliver what is expected of them after they graduate. There is, however, a problem.
Currently, programs ziri mu makaminuza yo mu gihugu.
We have already studied all of the programs currently being offered in the universities, and joining them would just be going over everything we already know. We are asking that they facilitate us by providing programs that are beyond what we have already covered here, so that we can get a chance to increase our knowledge, because there is certainly a lot more we need to learn for even better results, which will not be possible if we stop here. The school's administrators have been working to address this concern.
Twagiye muri University of Rwanda tuvugana n'abayobozi bayo ba CS cyane tubereka program.
We went to the University of Rwanda and spoke to administrators there, especially those at the College of Sciences and Technology, and showed them our program and what our students know, asking that they develop a program that is beyond that, and they agreed to do it. We also went to private institutions, the Adventist University of Central Africa located at Mudende, and they too agreed to come on board. What we do know is that the best approach is to use lecturers already in the industry, putting their skills to use, and that is what we do here. So those universities should have no trouble doing the same thing. Regardless of whether our students decide to continue their studies at the university level or choose to take what they have learned directly into the job market, we are confident that we have equipped them enough to serve this country as they should, using their skills to perform. The Rwanda Coding Academy was founded in 2019 and enrolls only the best performing ordinary level secondary school students countrywide with the highest marks in the required subjects to allow them to pursue a career in coding. The students are covered by a full government scholarship while at the academy, and every year it was taking in 60 new ones. But with a new branch opening in Bugesera District, the next academic year will see that intake double.
You're still watching RTV News. Now to regional matters. As part of a post-COVID-19 initiative, Equity Group has signed an agreement with the East African community to finance small and medium enterprises to a tune of $13 billion. On Thursday, the EAC Secretary General Dr. Peter Mathuki and the Equity Group Chairman Dr. James Mwangi signed a memorandum of understanding that will see a financing plan worth $13 billion support small and medium enterprises within the region.
Entrepreneurs in Africa are micro, small, and medium enterprises. We need them to participate. And the way we have reorganized this is we'll ask that all the investors in value addition, in enhancement of productivity, in trade and finance, allow micro and small enterprises from the region to populate their value chain. And if then they do that, then we formalize our micro and small enterprises. But for them to do that, we need to formalize them. And so we have partnered with the UN agencies. They have all signed. We have partnered with the MasterCard Foundation and Warren Buffett balance sheet and said, here is a balance sheet of 1.3 billion Kenya shillings, call it $12 billion, make use of it and make things happen because it's about investment. So take this money and invest in productivity enhancement, in increasing productivity in agriculture, productivity in mining, process and manufacture that output, and trade and invest on it.
Just like the rest of the world, the East African community was hugely impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic that struck in 2020, severely devastating small and medium enterprises.
And that is part of the economic transformation we are talking about, particularly at a time when the world is recovering from COVID. So in a very special way as East Africa, appreciate the efforts of the Equity Group in participating in this recovery.
The financing plan is set to 45 businesses, including small and medium enterprises in the East African Community member states. Part of the funds will facilitate a project set to reduce the reliance on road transportation of fuel by trucks.
If you look at Uganda, Uganda came on the table and said, the best thing we can do is to improve logistics in Lake Victoria, to use the cheap infrastructure of waterways. And we said then the best thing to start off is to remove oil trucks from the roads from Kisumu, Eldoret to Kampala. And so we funded Mahadi to build oil barges. They have now 4 oil barges, 118 meters long and 48 meters wide, each of them with a capacity of ferrying 4.5 million liters of oil.
The financing plan will also boost the hospitality industry. As part of the package, Rwanda is expected to gain 2 aircrafts set to be bought by Equity Group.
But there is a country-specific, and it's also tabulated there. If you look at Rwanda, Rwanda chose the MICE strategy. And if you look at what we have done with the MICE strategy, is that we funded Rwanda to build the hospitality industry. We funded Marriott, we funded 4 Point by Sheraton, we funded the Video, we funded 4 hotels. And that is the basis on which Rwanda was successful. Rwanda now has said, okay, beyond hospitality, we want to be a logistic hub. And if you look, we have funded Rwanda Air, which to buy 2 of their planes.
The $13 billion fund will also finance priority investment projects in Kenya and other member states.
Kenya chose financial inclusion. Kenya is now the most financially included country in the world with 89% financial inclusion. We focused on that. They then chose health. And Dr. John here will tell you we now have 113 clinics competing, and we now have built in Kenya the largest health franchise.
The initiative will target farmers, manufacturers, energy and social services providers with the aim of stimulating intra-continental trade.
Tanzania chose agriculture, logistics, and manufacturing. So that's what we are working with them, because it's the competitive advantage of each country and the unique environment you find in each country.
Equity is making available a part of its $13 million balance sheet for the region's entrepreneurs. $2 billion is now already available for borrowers. Still on matters of money, officials at the National Bank of Rwanda have announced that a lot of effort is being put into increasing the number of hours during cashless transactions that take place between 16 and 24 hours, not later than 2024. We go to Olive Ntete for the details.
Samuel Byiringiro says that before the initiative of the cashless economy, there used to be conflicts between people. This is also emphasized by Patrick Nizihiwe, who says that his business is secured.
The benefits of cashless transactions is that they are traceable and they help to resolve disputes because there is evidence whether or not MomoPay or even a bank transaction occurred when you use a card in the payment systems. Before, someone could deny that you gave the money, but now it is almost impossible because every transaction is recorded. Sometimes a client may need change, which may not be available. But when they have money on their mobile account, it is much easier and faster and is also secure. It is easier to transfer the money to a bank account without moving from one place to another. You can understand that it facilitates everything and allows smooth work.
Ingrid Shuzuzo, the manager, Financial Sector Development and Innovation at the National Bank of Rwanda, points out that people are adapting to the cashless economy so quickly. She also adds that the program of connecting telecommunication companies and services of financial institutions is progressing to facilitate buyers and sellers to do trade through technology.
Ibikorwa remezo birahari kandi biracyakomeza no kongererwa.
There are some infrastructure activities and much that is still being established. The system used in payment services all around the country is the same that we have at the National Bank of Rwanda, and it works smoothly. It is slowly increasing, and now we are currently at 16 hours, but we're still looking forward to the goal of 24 hours. Let me also tell you that we are at 95% using technology comparing to the gross domestic product, and this has increased comparing to the year 2020, where we were at 57.6%. The system of paying using technology includes accessing bank services with your mobile phone, using internet while paying, the system of mobile money, and also using cards to pay. However, there are still some challenges faced while using this system, as Safari Emmanuel, a resident in Kigali, says.
The challenges we face include the fact that some traders do not accept payments through MomoPay and instead want us to send their money to their mobile accounts directly. And when you do that, say pay for an item of 1,000 Rwandan francs, you are obliged to add extra money.
There is a campaign currently going on around the country called Let's Go Cashless that will last until September this year. It is expected that through it, these challenges will be addressed, as the Director General of Innovation and Emerging Technologies in the Ministry of ICT and Innovation, Esther Kunda, explains.
ko tuzabigeraho ariko uyu munsi nk'ibikorwa turi kugenda dukora kugira ngo tubashe ku
We believe that we will achieve it, but recently we have been doing a campaign, and some of the challenges faced includes that people are not aware of how these services works. Also, service providers are not close to the people so that they can explain to them about services offered, so that even those with problems can find answers quickly. This is why throughout the campaign, we've been trying to work with private financial institutions so that when we meet business people and residents of a certain district, we will be able to know what challenges they are facing today. And we have been noticing such issues like a business person who does not know how to use his code, or even does not know where to request information about his money on the bank account. That is why we decided to work with those financial institutions so that we can know all of those challenges and how to address them throughout the campaign. By looking at the way we have been working, I believe that we will achieve the goal.
ariko uko turi kubikora uyu munsi turabona ko intego tuzayigeraho.
The 2020-2021 fiscal year saw an increase of 11% in the use of cashless transactions in various services, and currently more than 6 million people use that method of payment. Olive Nete, RTV News.
You're still watching RTV News. Now moving on, some of the businessmen and women preparing to exhibit their products in the international exhibition scheduled to kick off on Tuesday say they expect an increase in the number of participants compared to the previous 2 years when the number reduced due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Still, Olive Ntete.
At Gikondo, where the exhibition is usually held, preparations are ongoing where various activities will be exposed. Some of the people who will exhibit from various countries, including local business people, say the preparations are progressive.
We are working day and night, and as you can see, preparations are ongoing. All is good. Tuesday we will start. Everything will be in place and there is no problem.
One, the duration is very good. We go to other fairs, but this is 1 week, this is about 3 weeks. So you are able to relate with your customers. They go, they come. I mean, if like us and they don't buy this time, they buy another day too.
Still, we are not yet ready, but we expect within the 2 days remaining, we'll be able to finish up all. Because most of us here, we do 24 hours. We are able to work day and night. So whatever we have, we are sure by that time we'll be ready to start on 26th.
Some of the foreigners who have been exhibiting their products in this exhibition say that security is among the key reasons why they keep coming back in Rwanda to exhibit their products, as emphasized by Adanse Ababio, a Ghanaian who is in Rwanda to exhibit for the 7th time.
The time I came here in the first time, I realized that Rwanda is a nice country, even the security. And at times, some countries, when you go to fair, even to keep your things after when you are going to your hotel to sleep and you are thinking maybe somebody will come back, but Rwanda is not like that.
The spokesperson of the Private Sector Federation, Theonest Najenjirwa, points out that the preparations are coming to an end and that they expect new business people in the exhibition.
There are some new countries that have joined, like business people from South Korea, others from Denmark and other countries. 20 countries have already registered in addition to Rwanda. That's 21 in total. And in every exhibition, there are new products.
The Private Sector Federation also notes that the increase in number of foreign people who will come to exhibit to Rwanda is beneficial for the investment sector in the country.
There are two different ways. Some choose to open their businesses in Rwanda and others may find people to work with here in Rwanda by sending their products to them. In the last 25 years, there are people who have established industries here, and it all started through the exhibition.
The Private Sector Federation in Rwanda reveals that in the first year of the international exhibition in 1998, it was attended by 169 business people and it was participated 101,000 people. In 2019, business people who exhibited increased to 469 and participated by 329,000 people. In 2021, people who exhibited were 363 and participants were 47,000. The Private Sector Federation points out that the decrease is due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Olive Nete, RTV News.
And that is RTV News for you. Always a pleasure bringing you the latest here in Rwanda and around the world. On behalf of the entire news production team here at RBA, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.